Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Gingo from CZT Lisa Chang. Let's see, this one I think has been around for a little bit. Yes, and this I'm just getting around to doing it. So, all right. It is a neat tangle. Do take a look at the link by where it says for more inspiration. So you can take a look not only at Lisa's step out, but the amazing samples. Really neat, fun ideas. Okay. So the first step is the one I had the hardest part with. So here's what we're going to do. And it's a definitely don't worry about it. I was making too many bumps and I just can't seem to, I have to work my way out of that, I suppose. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it this way. And honestly, I don't know that it matters, but, kind of squattier. I kept making them too tall. But again, it's Zentangle. It doesn't really matter. So starting here and thinking kind of like continuous S shapes or a wiggly line. And so I'm going to start it here. Let's see if I can make, see, it's still the same. It doesn't matter. That is how it is. All right. And then, and it doesn't matter which order you have this in, but we're going to put a dot. And it looks, for the most part, she has it just below, these lines just a little bit, and then just a, curvy line for a stem type of thing. Then from here, from these sides, we're going to take, and I'm using the take off and land concept to trace over a little bit of what's there already. Look at it, almost no bump. And then here also, and then we're angling it down. So let's see, I'll add another little curve in there like that. However, it's one of those, however it ends up, it ends up. Then, and I started this from middle. You might have a better way to do this. This is how I started it. So we're just going to draw lines coming from the center to the sides. But what I decided to do, and I add a little bit of a curve in, is I divide it in half-ish. Then over here in half-ish. And I was kind of working one side at a time. And then just being careful, this side in half. And then I can see, okay, how much room do I have? Do I want to put another one in there? Okay, I shall. And that way, at least, okay, so my story is on this. I'm trying to chance it that they might be sort of kind of even, but again, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to go upside down for this side. Same idea. But you could start at one side, go to the next. It's whatever you are most comfortable with. I started going a different direction than where my eyeball was having it go. And there we go. That's it. It's really, it's fun. It looks great, even though well, here's my problem. I'm looking at the samples. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, I want to make mine look like that. One of those things that I try not to do too much of. Let's add another though. We can work behind, and I like how and actually let me back up and slow down. In Lisa's step out, she starts off with 3 of these. I decided in my version just to focus on one at a time, and then because you can add to it, but that way you can kind of see, and we're not and we're focusing on just the one thing. So like everything Zentangle, let's start it here. And it's really, I'm just trying to think, okay, it's like a half of an amoeba shape. And just trying not to put too much too much thought, too much worry, or anything like that. All right. And then, so, you add them however you want. And I think on my version of the step, I had one that was kind of more behind this. So you would just use the hollow bow technique. And then 2 was like, okay, well, I would probably have that, this part right underneath here. So what I'm going to do is where I'm imagining it going, I'm just completing. Well, in this one, I didn't give myself much room, but all right. And, same process. Although, here's one thing that I might do. Instead of having one stem, is I might decide, oh, okay, well, that stem's going to come from there. This one, oh, maybe from here, something like that. Just because, well, and it still doesn't matter, but it was bothering me. Just like, oh no, I have to have 3 things. And like I said, that's just me. But it's just such a nice and easy tangle once you let go of trying to, create the perfect, first step. And just stop worrying about things. And, and apparently I'm not following through with what I had just said. So I'm going with just don't worry about it. Just do. And there's also, no rhyme or reason either for how many lines that you have. That's just the way that I decided to do it. And you can use that or not. It's up to you. All right, so now for some shading. First thing I'm going to do is, I want to just take another. Actually, no, she looks like she might have done some. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit here in that base, where there is a base. Here, it's buried, so I'm not going to do that. And then, I'm just putting it in these curves because I'm going to drag it. I don't want it necessarily be too heavy. So see, like that, and just, pulling it from one side to the next. Also, it kind of gives it some, it's a little darker on those, so that's something I didn't really, I wasn't thinking about it on purpose to do that, but that's kind of how it works, and that's neat. All right, and let's do this one too, and then we'll do the behind, this one here. Figure I'll add that last because it's going to be a little bit heavier graphite, and we'll save that for there. Something else too is like if you were doing it this way, you don't have to even bring the graphite all the way to that end, just kind of barely so it touches. But if you want to have that lighter effect, that's one way to do that. Let's just see if I just keep it right there, what it looks like. Well, it's interesting. I think it needs to connect a little bit more. Fun. All right, now let's get this one that's behind here. That one a bit darker. And I want to keep most of the darkness right there just because it's, because I want it to give the impression that this is in front of that. And it kind of does. Oh, how neat. All right. And then, of course, you can add extra stuff if you wish, like that. And it's a good opportunity to wipe off your your tortillon, get it ready for the next use, especially if you put a lot of graphite in there. Fun. Just gonna add some, just because All right. Yeah, like it. Like it a lot. Although I should have left those up a little bit and made the little weird line that makes it look like ground. Oh, this is neat. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you did, would love it if you click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more and you haven't subscribed already to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. I mentioned the description section, so in there, again, you'll find links to the step outs, as well as ways to connect with me if you wish. So below those is my Linktree link, and in that has links to all of my social media, Facebook page where you can follow me there for classes and things. There's a couple other links for classes, where I post them. And actually, if you happen to be on Facebook and would love to be part of a Tangle community, we would love to have you, come and join us. So we have our Tangle Addicts Facebook community. When you click on the link, you will get 4 questions that you must answer in order to gain entry. I'd just like to make sure that you're aware of that. And let's see what else. There's that. Class, like I said, if you enjoy this, if you want to tangle with people online, I do a lot of sessions that are free, and they're a lot of fun. On Thursdays, I do them 2 times. We do the same content, it's just different people and new ideas. So lots of fun. And then on Tuesday, for the most part, is either has a fee or is reserved for my club members. But there is the 3rd Tuesday, and that's called Tough Tangle Tuesday. That's another free one. So come and join us for free, and if you like it enough, and you'll see the types of classes that I do. And if you follow me, then you can join us for one of the other ones if you like it. If you really, really like it, then take a look at the club. It's a good deal. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.